Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome to Cycle 112 of our latest colony that we've been playing. This is the colony that is where every character is named after a character from the Game of Thrones. As you can see, we have quite a few of them. There's 36 of them in here already. We have only had a couple of duplicants die off on us so far. We've got 3 of them down here that we have in our little tomb that we built at the bottom of our base. Kind of like the crypt in Winterfell or whatever. But there are only 3 duplicates that have died off so far. I think that's actually, getting pretty lucky considering the colony's all, Game of Thrones like. We are really in a place now, though, where food is getting to be a bit of a priority. So we have 36 different duplicates to feed, and our food supply is not really keeping up. We're using a lot of water right now to produce mush bars, and mush bars are not only good nutritionally. I mean, let's face it, they're mud. It's just a mud patty. They're force feeding them mud pies. That's all we got. Aside from, we have a few mushrooms growing down here, and that is actually expanding, so we're getting more of those, which is nice. And we have some mealwood growing still in the middle, too, but it's not really keeping up with the food requirements for 36 duplicates, so we're probably going to need to do a little bit of work today to try to solve for that. And, of course, we're still bringing in a duplicate every single time the printing mod turns on, even though it's to our detriment, and we're going to see what happens. Oh, there's going to be a point where we're going to hit that tipping point, and everything's going to break. That should be a good time. But welcome everyone who's here in the chat so far, or if you're watching on the channel afterwards, welcome as well. I need to bring up actually a list of names for Game of Thrones, because I completely forgot. Sorry for the loud typing loud typing. I've got a new keyboard finally, and it's super loud. It's a mechanical keyboard, a lot clickier than I'm used to having. So, with the limited food supply, I think we're down to a couple of options. I did start building a larger mushroom area out here. Now, it might actually be a little bit on the warm side out here for the mushrooms. Because I think they max out at like 30 degrees is what they like. So I might even be stuck in a place where I can't. No, they'll go to 35 actually, so that's good. They'll still work out there. Who's suffocating? Who's starving? It's just going to be like a sea of alerts, I think is what we're going to be dealing with today. Search up the settings in your computer for the keyboard language. Huh? Not sure I understand what you mean, Durgan. Show me your active wires and pipes. All right, so we have here's our power overlay. We actually don't have all that much power distribution going on in our colony right now. Up here is where we're generating power. We have a couple coal generators up here producing power. We have a smart battery hooked up, so it will turn off when we don't need the excess power. That runs in a main line down the side of the base, and we have 2 transformers to send the power horizontally into the base, and then that's kind of distributed into the different machines we're using. This one down here is a completely separate system. It is connected by a switch, just in case I need to jump start it again later, but that's where that is. And then this expands all the way to the right side where we had some stuff going on. The water down here is our water source at the moment, and we're cleaning it and sending it up all the way over and pumping it directly into our oxygen system so we can produce air. In terms of pipes and stuff, that's a little bit more sneaky. Our bathroom setup is its own closed loop, so we have this all running through this this water sieve to clean it out. I do have a scrubber feeding polluted water into that same sieve that we're then feeding fresh water back in order to clean up CO2 when we need to as well. It's in a good place right now. I've got it set up with this little sensor so that the CO2 stays toward the bottom part of the base, and this will only turn on if it starts to move upwards, because we don't really need to get rid of all the CO2 per se. 41 skill points earned. I have lots of skill points to spend. I really haven't been bothering. We have so many duplicates that it just didn't seem worth the effort to keep trying to spend all the skill points that we're getting, but it is what it is. I should actually... I was thinking actually of planting some thimbleweed out here, but now that I think of it, I actually have to feed that with polluted water, so I don't necessarily want to do that. We'll just keep trying to harvest the stuff that we have out here. Oh, like, I wish you could turn off the audio alerts for some things. Like, I don't... Oh, come on. It's just like a never-ending beep fest. I also wanted to, last time, work on getting some exosuits ready so that we can have something our duplicates can wear when they leave the colony. I'm thinking I might set up something up in this corner that's going to require some oxygen production, and that will have to be pumped into a system. So I think maybe we'll start with that first. And please, oh please, game, stop beeping at me. Getting a little tired of that. We're going to throw a ladder in here because we want to be able to access this from this room from below. I need enough space in here for an oxygen diffuser, and then also for an oxygen pump. We're not really looking for anything fancy here, but that'll give us enough space that way. I'm going to insulate it in. We don't really care what temperature this particular room ends up being, or the oxygen that's coming out of it, because it's going to go directly into some exosuits. So we'll do that. We're only going to have a room for a couple of suits here, though, so I got to be a little bit cautious of that. Starvation, suffocation. It's the game the whole family could play. You should try designing some new oxygen setups, like the colon oxygen setup that Brothcore built in his Super Dupe series. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had the time to do a whole lot of experimenting over the last little while with oxygen included. So you're right, I probably should dig in and do some more experimentation and figure a few things out that I want to start to implement in the colony. I mean, this oxygen system works really well for me, and I'm tempted to produce a second one. But I'll have to go and check and see the one where he turns... There's no direct way to turn coal into oxygen, so I'm actually really curious how he tackled that. You're 50 million times worse than him. Oh, I don't know about that. Hey, Katrina, how are you? Hey, cool, you're green. You are green, because you're on Team Green. Thanks for clicking that join button. Can you be a dupe if you get another? In this colony, all the duplicates that are coming in are being named as characters from the Game of Thrones. So not in this one, but potentially in a future series. I'm not sure how much longer this colony is going to last at the rate that we're taking on duplicants. At the rate we're going, it might be relatively soon that we start a new one. Oh my gosh, I wish this alert would stop. Just stop. You're in an area where you can clearly get to oxygen. I kind of feel like it shouldn't tell you they're suffocating unless they can't reach air. If they have a way to get to air, they're not really suffocating. They're just holding their breath. You know? Like, stop it. It's so loud. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm going to put a ladder in here so we can tap into some of this algae over here. We are still producing using algae to produce oxygen in the base because I'm using the oxygen setup that I normally use down here below here. And that's doing fine for sending some cooled air in. The air that's coming in here is coming in at like 23 degrees. Ooh, 32. That's a little warmer than I remembered it being. 27. Why is it heating up so much? 25. Oh, 25 degrees. Okay, there we go. So that's setting air at like 25 degrees. This one's at 23. This side is at 25. So it's doing a good job of sending some cooled air and stuff. But it's with this many duplicates breathing the oxygen, there's just not enough of it. So you can already see that where normally I like to have my colony all be pale blue, it's a little bit spotty. You know, it's not fantastic. How much did you miss? Not much. We only started about 10 minutes ago. We haven't really done anything impressive either. We started to build an oxygen system up here that we can use to produce air for our colony. Or not for our colony, but for some exosuits. And I should actually... I'm going to set up a little floor in here. We can dig out this stuff a little bit. And we're going to put a transformer here. I'm going to have this thing on its own transformer. Like so. That way I don't have to tie it into any other grid. I can just put it, it's kind of like a little direct feed. We'll just feed that wire straight down and through here. Might as well connect it to the door. There's no reason not to at this point. Like so. And I wanted the door at the bottom of this so that when they climb in, to get the air, we're not letting other gases in that room. Is chlorine lighter than oxygen? Well, there is a particular sort order to the way the gases work in this. It is heavier than the oxygen, but lighter than things like CO2. So it tends to filter into that layer in between. Hydrogen in this game, I think, is the only gas that's lighter than the oxygen and passes up above it. This is so complex. Everything's always complex. There's just no end to it. Okay, so let's do some gates here. I want to have, where are we? Stations. We need some Atmosuit checkpoint. We're going to do that. Can't remember. Ugh, it's been so long since I've built these things. I don't even remember. Whoops. What did I do? I don't remember which way the arrow has to go. I think the arrow points outwards. I don't know. If it doesn't work, we can fix it. All right. So we have a fair amount of space for suits here. 6 of them is really not that bad. The tricky part will be feeding in our oxygen flow. So the air that comes out of here, I'm going to want to use insulated pipes so we're not heating anything up unnecessarily. This pipe is going to go down, and we're going to split it in the middle and assume half is going to go one way and half is going to go the other. Of the flow that goes this way, I want to split it into thirds. Like so. So we'll get 50% and then half of each of that. It's going to be, like, refueling these suits with oxygen when they run out is going to be kind of a nuisance, but... Yeah, like so. I think that'll work. So half will go this way, and then a third to each. Half, and then a third to each. Should be fine, anyway. Well, actually, it doesn't... Well, it won't split into thirds. It splits in half or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that'll work out fine. G'day from Cold Melbourne. Oh, and I have a slime lung chew. Oh, sorry to hear that, Greg. Also, sorry to hear it's cold there. Ugh, cold. It's summertime here, and now that we've had the most summery weather. At least not where I am. I know there's other parts of the country that have been really hot, but not where I am. I have hydrogen in the top of my base. I must have let that out down here when I was doing something with this. Oh, probably when I was setting up my cooling system down here. Speaking of... Okay, good. I have access turned off. That axis is off. That one's off. Okay, we're good. Try to make sure they don't go in there and release any CO2 we don't want them to. Or not CO2, but any hydrogen. Yeah, you need a curative tablet. The little IV bag kind of thing. These are also going to need power. So it's probably just as well I put this on its own grid. I can connect these all into the same system. What are we doing for algae anyway? 537 kilograms. That is not enough. Considering how much I'm using this to supply oxygen right now, I'm going to need more. Which means we might have to send out some, like, an explorative search party. Oh, there's a nice big couple big pockets of it down below here. Below the water. Doesn't do me a lot of good below the water, though. That's not really very helpful. We can dig this out. There's a little bit of algae in there. I hate relying on algae, but there's just so many duplicates in this colony. It's a little bit much. Ooh, we have a whole big pocket up here. Okay, so let's send a ladder straight up here. What happened there? Oh, it's actually a bomb lily growing right there. We'll tuck this straight into the algae pocket that's up here. We'll set it up to just mine out a whole bunch of this junk for now. Might as well grab the coal over there too. We'll just peel it off in layers, and then we can actually put these things in here for harvest also. Oops. Yeah, there we go. A few more supplies can't hurt. Especially since food is certainly something we need. And there's another duplicant coming in. So as a quick refresher, I don't remember the name of all the duplicants we have in here. There's kind of a lot. In our graveyard, which is down here at the bottom, our fancy crypts, I want to do some artwork down here to make it a little nicer, but we've had some challenges with reed fiber. We have Hot Pie, we have Arya Stark, we have Robert Baratheon. Those are the 3 duplicants that have died so far. And then in the colony currently, we have a massive list of 36 of them. So we have Eddard Stark, Cersei Lannister, Jon Snow, Jaime Lannister, Hodor, Bran Stark, Samwell Tarly, Daenerys Targaryen, and Samwell Tarly was the inspiration for the thumbnail for tonight. Grandmeister Pycelle, Gendry, Tyrion Lannister, Tywin Lannister, Gregor Clegane, Sansa Stark, Tommen Baratheon, Joffrey Baratheon, Robin Arryn, Brienne of Tarth, Varys, Littlefinger, Sandor Clegane, Maester Aemon, Podrick, Giantsbane, Jorah Mormont, Melisandre, Ser Jorah, Myrcella Baratheon, Grey Worm, Shay, Catelyn Stark, Khal Drogo, Davos Seaworth, Stannis Baratheon, Bronn, and Gilly. That's a mouthful. It's kind of a lot of duplicates we have in there. But let's choose another one, because when you have 36 of them and not enough food, the only thing you could really do is dig yourself deeper. Let's get another one. All right, so we have 3 of them available. We have one with allergies, one that's a slow learner, and one that's squeamish with diver lungs. It's kind of the one I want to grab, just because they're gonna I gotta do a little better with the whole lack of, like, less air consumption. I'm really inclined to have some more of those. We can do Viserys Targaryen. Alright, we can do that. Let's take this one for Viserys. Why not? Viserys or Viserys? I don't know. Whatever. Targaryen. There we go. And print. Frank with a super chat. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate the support. Okay, that's duplicate number 37. We already have a bed for them, fortunately. What we don't have enough, though, is like a big enough mess hall for everybody, nor do we have a proper break room for them to hang out in yet. Not that as we've had issues with morale too much. Some of them are getting a little cranky with like morale-wise because they've been out in the outer area of the colony, where oxygen supply is not a thing. All that breath holding is really not good for their morale. Send him to investigate volcanoes. So who are the lucky Game of Throners that have met the Lord of Light so far? There's only 3 of them so far. Arya Stark, Robert Baratheon, and Hot Pie. Those are the only ones. Starvation, 8,400 kilocalories. Food, oh food, we need more foods. Please, oh, give me foods. Oh yeah, I forgot. We still have this thing. You know what? I want to find out what this geyser is too. Completely forgot about this one. So we'll dig our way in here. We can cancel everything on this side because I don't want them to actually build it. That was just to sort of outline what the shape of our geyser was going to look like. That might be too much. Let's just maybe do a little bit. I'm gonna creep in on it. In case it's something nasty, I don't really want to cut right into it. Might cause me some fits. Game of cannibals. In this game, you can't directly eat your neighbor. I suppose you could kill them and let them be in the water that becomes polluted, that you then feed into plants that then grow, that you can then eat. So technically you can eat your neighbor, but just not directly. How do you do the super chat? There should be a $sign that's at the bottom of the chat window. When you click on that, a pop-up will come up and there's like some stuff you do that sends out the super chat. What game to play while watching Oni? That's a good question. I vote They Are Billions. But then again, I'm mildly obsessed right now. Got some long commutes, but then I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so this gate is stopping them from going through, so we need to disable this for now. I don't know if there's a way to disable disinfect from multiple structures. Seems like it's only possible one at a time. Just curious. Yeah, not so much. When you go down to disinfect buildings, you can change the settings so that you could do like you could make this like an unrealistic number, I suppose. Like if you went like, no, it'd only go up to like so if you went like to disinfect only at 9 million germs, for example. Then you could do that, and then just paint the area that you want to cover. So you're not so much like stopping it, so much as you're just who made a mess? Who made a mess and why? You puked in the kitchen, or did you pee in the kitchen? I'm not entirely sure which. I only have a single bathroom, and there's a lot of duplicants in here. I haven't changed up their. Oh boy, I haven't been paying attention to changing their shift schedules around. I think we really do need a forced schedule now. Otherwise, we can't keep up with the bathroom schedule here. So let's take downtime for this group. And we'll set it like right in here, I guess. I don't want it to overlap with any of the other downtime, if we can avoid it. So that'll be downtime, and then bedtime. Bath time in the morning, and then, well, actually it's in the evening for them. Okay, so that'll be our new schedule. We need to shift some of these down there because this is just going to be too much. I was kind of grouping them together in things that sort of made sense in terms of like the types of characters they were. I think we're at the point now where we have so many I can't really do that anymore unless I have like a ton of different schedules, which is really kind of a pain to manage. So I think we'll send, I don't know, maybe we'll do like supporting roles, people who are kind of in the game or kind of in the show and sort of important, but they're not really the main characters of things. Send Giant Bane down there. Gendry can go down there. Joffrey, Grey Worm, Davos, Khal Drogo, Braun. Shay can go down there, I guess. Okay, probably Grey Worm too, actually. No, Podrick. Podrick can go down there. Okay, so that will give us 3, 6, 9, 12 on that schedule. That's still kind of a lot. 2, 4, 6. I've only got 7 down here, so I should send more down there. Maybe we'll send, yeah, we'll send Grey Worm down there. We'll send Marcella Baratheon down there too. Okay, that'll spread out the bathroom a little bit. Hopefully that will let them make better use of the 3 toilets that we have. Barring that, we might have to build a second bathroom to try to keep up. Can you kill all the dupes? I mean, you could, but I'm not going to at the moment. Is this the latest update? It is currently, yeah. The 1.0 version of the game is supposed to be coming out in July. I don't know the exact date yet because I don't think they've announced it yet. When that comes out, then obviously there'll be some new stuff. They're going to have some new biomes. Apparently there'll be some new critters. I'm really curious to see what the game looks like in 1.0, if they make a lot of tweaks between this. This is the Quality of Life Mark III upgrade. And then following that, of course, is the 1.0. So we'll have to wait. I have to wait and see what that looks like. I want to... There's a reason I didn't dig in here. Oh, there's chlorine in there. That's why. Chlorine would filter its way above the CO2. Where would that put it? Oops. Yeah, put it like right in here. That's actually not that bad. I'm gonna dig in here. I want to insulate this off for one to keep the temperatures from climbing any further. Just oh wait, hold on. Where's my room size? No, it's not really a farm anyway, but it doesn't matter because I don't have any farm machinery in there, so it doesn't. I'm not super worried about that. I could send them down this ladder farther to go get to go get the algae and stuff that's down here. This might, I don't know, this might present some problems. I'm gonna try and do that. It's a really long way down though. I kind of wish I had a secondary entry point for them at the bottom here. I might have to sort it out and get one going. It's just sort of a long way down. I guess it might make more sense for me to worry about going upwards instead of downwards at the moment. If I can find a pocket of algae up here worth taking anyway. The other thing we could do is we should work on building a secondary oxygen system. That needs a clean supply of water, which I don't have a lot of at the moment. I have this little pool of water over here that's being produced by the steam geyser, but they aren't quite finished the analysis on it yet. I don't know how long it's going to be dormant for. It does provide 5.2 kilograms per second of steam, which is a decent amount. Additional entry Fox sounds necessary. It probably is. Yeah. Probably is. I don't think we're going to get to it right now because we need too much stuff to supply oxygen to get another set of suits going, but they're so close to having this connected. Like this tiny little bit of wire, we can start to power these up. Then they might actually get to the point where they shave in here because I think they start doing the job and then they end up having to leave all the time because of the chlorine. Oh, there they go. Was it finished without him? Nope. The machine still runs, but the Draco's gone. Yeah. I've been trying for a little while to shave some Dracos out there, but it's not working because, you know, they leave. they finally get the Draco lured in, and then they gotta take off. The Draco's like, well, man, bait and switch, man. Bait and switch. Flagrant false advertising, man. This is finally starting to power up, so that's good. Ooh, it occurs to me, if I'm gonna have exosuits, I probably might want some exosuits. Which I didn't make, because... You know, why do things that are smart? I think we'll put it... We can probably fit the forge down here. Stations, textile loom, exosuit forge. I need refined metal. I need somebody to go punch the button a little while. What do we have iron-wise? 5.3 tons. All right, we can punch the button for some iron. Give me that sweet, sweet refined iron. I probably should work on setting up something like some paku fish or some hatches or something to try to produce a little bit of meat food. Good old meat food right on the barbecue. Who do they need a suit to have a suit? We got all the docks and everything built, and they didn't build the suits yet, because, you know, smart. Who needs suit? Just pump the air directly into the dupes. They just wrap their mouth around the vent. It inflates them kind of like a balloon, or like that blueberry kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and they're good to go. Kind of the perfect system. Ooh. Actually, if I'm building exosuits, I probably should try to get the exosuit skill for as many duplicants as I can. I've been kind of delaying on what I was going to spend the points on in here, because I hate going through and picking all these individual points. There's so many duplicants, it just takes so much time. However, this is a universal trait that they all could use, so anyone who doesn't have exosuit wearing probably should. And they're going to get tanked on morale. Cersei, what's going on? Current morale 6, morale expectation 11. I should probably take a look at what's affecting her morale. Actually, they're all gonna. This is gonna cause a little bit of stress, but that's fine. Stress is good for you, right? Or something. I just want them all to have this so that when they put on an exosuit, they're not running at slower speeds. Give me that sweet, sweet exosuit action. We're gonna cause like unparalleled amounts of stress here. It's gonna be good. This is almost like work. If your work was just like sitting clicking buttons. There's so many duplicates. I almost wish there was a way I could just like do this automatically. Just say, please give every duplicant this particular chain of things. On the plus side, for those duplicants who didn't have improved carrying, should help boost some of their other traits. No, I'm actually, there's quite a few of them that had it already. I'm going to be able to get a lot of them. Which is good. Some of them I haven't picked hats for, but I don't know if I'm worried about that right now. It's mostly aesthetic. Okay. That's it. We're all tapped out. Now we watch the stress rise. I really don't know where I'm going to put another feeding hall for them. I mean, if I could get rid of the water that's up here, theoretically I could build one up top here. Kind of a long way away from where the food is stored. They'd have to grab it and run all the way up there. Oh, you know, the other thing we've really been missing that seems like a critical failure on my part are fire poles. I need fire poles in this place. It's not nearly enough. This has been like a serious lapse in judgment on my part for quite some time. So we're going to try and get some of these set up too. Because, you know, the dupes don't have enough to do already. We'll give them another job. This one's going to be awkward because I've got this feeding station thing on this side. And I've got a vent up here that I can't go past, I don't think. Oh, maybe. Can I go past the vent? I don't think I can. I just ran out of iron. Nope, can't go past the vent. Alright, we'll worry about one fireball for now. I can make do with that one for the moment. We need to gather more iron anyway. Whatever you do, Cryptic, do not plant the spore kid plants anywhere near dupes. Well, it's only the only dupes that it affects. Wait, the spore kid plants. You're not talking about the buddy buds, are you? They're the ones that produce the allergy germs. Where's the spore kids? Buddy bud. Is that the zombie plant? Is that the one that has the zombie germs? I don't think I've planted any of those anywhere. Meat fireballs. When is the thing ever not a serious lapse in judgment? When I'm sleeping, it's usually not. I do it for such short periods of time. I can't really call it a serious lapse in judgment, except maybe by the start time when I go to sleep. Oh, yeah, it's the zombie plant, yeah. Takes 20 cycles to clear it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Yeah, remind me not to. Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried planting one of those yet. So, having said that, if I ever do try to plant one, just somebody remind me not to do it. I think we'll probably be okay, but just in case, you know. Where's my? Yeah, there we go. Try to harvest those in there too if we can. How are we doing for food down here? We have... What do we got we can cook? Frost buns. We have pepper bread. Alright, let's stop making with the frost buns. Stop with this. Pepper bread we have 14 and 10, so we'll do a few of these. Pepper bread's good food. It's good for morale too. Stop suffocating Dupes. It's them holding their breath when they're in different areas. So when they leave the colony, for example, when they go into a different space, they hold their breath, and they end up suffocating by the time they come back. Like I said, I wish that alert would only go off if they were truly suffocating, not if they were still holding their breath somewhere. If they could get back to where oxygen is, I don't feel like it should give you the alert. It just ends up being unnecessary additional noise. Wait a minute, it said I tapped out my iron, didn't it? Almost like it's not counting the iron that's down here. Can they not reach this? Excuse me, I had to hit mute for a second. No, it doesn't say they can't reach it. I don't know. We shall see. It's a little bit out there, so it's possible that it's a bit of a stretch for them to try to reach that. Takes oxygen to chew food, so win-win. Okay, this is pumping oxygen in now. These will fill up nicely. Someone down here, did they push the button? Yeah, good. They pushed the button a bit. So we need a little bit of refined metal in order to make our fancy exosuit forge. Ooh, is that going to fit? I'm going to have to put this on the other side. They all sound so sick. They're eating such poor quality food. With this many duplicants, I'm not really focusing on efficient food systems or upgrading foods to things that are a lot better for them. I'm pretty much just trying to feed them a bit. For the most part, they're not really liking it. They're not holding material, though. They pick it up and drop it before they get off the ladder. Yeah, that is a problem. When they have an exosuit, they'll be able to hold it because they can get over there. The trouble is they're running out of oxygen. I don't know where you're going. I think he was maybe going out here to research this thing and change his mind. Make sure they still have a path to get there, yep. Stress is actually lower. Yeah, only because of the one duplicate. We'll see how it goes. There's a couple of them that weren't meeting the requirement, but part of it is like, if they spend a lot of time outside the base, the decor out there is not exactly what you would call nice. This colony is more Mickey D's than 3 Michelin star. You got it. Absolutely. We're not focusing on gourmet and anything here. It's just, what can we slap together that'll keep you alive? Overlord Cryptic, you will get your mushrooms when you punch the machine. Everyone must punch the button. Ooh, there's more stuff in here I can grab. Let's come out here and get these. This one I'm going to dig up because I want to put it in my farm, but this other one will just set to harvest, so I don't have to plant it myself. They started building this. Oh, they got like a really weird ladder setup. Take the direct route, please. What can I do to get rid of the water that's up here? I mean, I could pump it out, but where would I send it? Maybe I should pump it up higher. Dump it into here. We'll set up a Paku tank up here. That would be a useful little addition to our colony, I think. I don't know why I blocked this off in here. I think I was trying to get the bomb lilies to grow in here, but they need chlorine, not hydrogen, so it doesn't really matter. This little door is ultimately pointless, so we're going to open that up. Let's dig our way through here. I'd like to build another great hall above here so that I have another place for people to eat and get decent morale. It's a little bit far away from where the food is, which isn't ideal, but I mean, they kind of don't have much food anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. It's only a little bit of a deal. I'm going to access it from out here, though. Try to avoid letting any nasty stuff in the base as long as possible. This is going to require a ladder. We're going to need to pump out everything that's in here. Oops. Like so. We'll set a little water pump at the bottom. This we can pipe right out of here. They're probably not going to get around to doing this until we actually have... until we actually have exosuits, because it's just going to be too far for them to hold their breath, but... Get it all drawn out so that if they have something some free time, they can go and work on it, maybe. Nah, this will have to be cut open. There we go. And maybe we'll build a little Paku tank up here. Try to get another source of food, some kind of like meat or something. Still no jetpacks. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid the jetpacks. They're a really big drain on system resources, particularly with this many duplicants, because the pathing options it gives them are just so huge. You immediately start to get lag as soon as they have them. Incidentally, did anyone see that video of the guy from Mythbusters? I can't remember his name, but he was flying around with a personal jetpack system and a suit that was made out of titanium, designed to look like the Iron Man suit from the movies, the Avengers. It looked awesome. All right, so we have Ashcan, who has trypophobia, he won't dig. We have Travaldo, who's squeamish and won't do medical stuff, but will do other things, so that's not bad. Oh, too squeamish. Simple Taste and Twinkle Toes. Food benefit +1. I feel like Simple Taste is awfully good for us, because we need a whole lot of simple people. Farming, operating, and research are their interests. Digging and ranging. So I'm going to rule out Ashcan, even though he's probably got a better set of skills in general. Construction strength. I'm going to take Travaldo, I think. Travaldo will be a good option. Let's see. Someone in chat literally just mentioned that. Oh, sorry, I wasn't reading the chat, obviously. It looked really cool, though. It was neat. Do we have Theon Greyjoy? I can't remember. I thought we had Theon. Let's try and insert this alphabetically so we can check. QRST, Tommen. No, we don't have a Theon Greyjoy. That is a good choice. He is a little squeamish. All right, Travaldo. No, something weird going on with the button there. Randomize this duplicate. Oh, I want to do that. Come on, I want to edit. No, don't give me this. Not like this. Not like this. I think we found a bug. Oh, there we go. Theon Greyjoy. Print. Duplicate number 38. This oxygen continues to be an ongoing problem. Gordon Ramsay. Not that Ramsay. Different Ramsay. Where is the lamb sauce? I got to work on that fairly quickly. I like how quick and efficient the diggers are. They go to it right away. Priorities. I want people to... Oh, yeah, they already have people that prioritize doing research. Why are they not getting out here and doing this research? Let's crank up the priority on this thing. Go study it before it starts to erupt, because once it erupts, things get a little bit spicier when you go to try to study it. You know that meme? Yeah, funny enough, that meme came up on my cooking simulation video. I see you're a man of culture. Still say Fox is adding dupes to use them for their organic ooze. If only we could. I mean, this isn't RimWorld. We can't fully utilize our duplicants for whatever purpose we want. Which is frankly sort of a grim thing I learned just last night. Nope, that taps that out. I'm wasting resources to make the crypt prettier. It's raw. Speaking of Gordon Ramsay, though, was checking Twitter and got a post that said Gordon Ramsay follows some weed Overwatch. Oh yeah. Poor Gordon Ramsay. Poor, poor, rich Gordon Ramsay. Oh, that's funny. They haven't even started building this yet. But they're much more efficient at getting around to digging things up than they are at like building things for me. It's kind of how these duplicants roll. Still working on the fire pole. Once we have this in place, it'll help. They can get around the colony a little quicker. Might need some outside the colony too. Yeah, Dupe gets scalded in oil, become unconscious. Dupe came to rescue him and got scalded unconscious. That happened for 6 dupes. Oh no. That's the kind of thing that sadly happens in real life sometimes. Sour little lamb sauce. Where's the lamb sauce? Alright, duplicants, just keep doing your digging thingy. Hey, look, our food's actually climbing. We're at almost 32,000. I'm not sure why that is. We must have produced a batch of pepper bread that really cranked it up. I mean, it's not enough for 1 day's worth of food for them even, because they go through 38,000 kilocalories a day, but it's better than being where we were. Dupes got scolded IRL? No. It's more like they suffocated as opposed to getting scalded. I spent a summer working in a grain mill. Oh gosh, it was a long time ago now. And I think it would have been after my first year of university. And when the train cars come in, they dump a chemical at the bottom that I guess it releases like CO2 or whatever, and it forces the air up out of the opening. So when they dump the grain inside, it stays preserved inside the container. And there had been some incidents where that chemical was dropped in the bottom, and people went down inside the container not realizing it, and they passed out because they couldn't breathe. And then someone else followed them to rescue them and passed out, and then so on. But yeah, so that kind of thing does happen. It wasn't necessarily scalding, but it was sort of a similar type of scenario. Sent you the thing just so you could see how ridiculous it was. Okay, cool. I assume you mean on Discord, right? Who watches Kitchen Hell? Kitchen Nightmares, I think it is in North America. Yeah, I love that show. I haven't watched it recently, but I think I mostly find it ridiculous just how what are you doing? Oh, I find it crazy how ridiculous some of the restaurant owners are. Blows my mind. Enough that it's like you start to wonder if it's fake. Like, there's no way anyone could be quite that dumb. Oh, where was that? Oh, up here. They haven't started yet. I was hoping they could get to another geyser, but I want them to do everything all at once. It's just kind of it's a failing of mine. I give them too many jobs because I just want them to do everything. You, duplicate, do all the things. Yes, now do all the things again. Oh, but some people can be that dumb. Oh, I know. I'm sure it is one of those things where I guess it wouldn't surprise me if it was true, but it's just one of those things where I just want to believe that it's not. I want to believe in somewhere in humanity we have slightly higher rate of intelligence than what we see there. I also believe in Santa Claus. They're gonna need to make a ladder if they're gonna get down here. I'm sending them down a long way, but we can actually just use a regular floor tile down here. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna have to cancel that. I can give them steps though, as long as they don't get all fancy on me and wind up off of themselves. Let's plan these to be harvested. So we'll have another source of peppers for food. I can just come waltzing right through here into this area, and then just start to strip mine all the algae out of here. Let's see if we go down that low. I gotta make sure I can give them a way to get out. Anyway, get all this stuff. Get all the things. Just don't strand yourself. That'd be bad. That's so far down there, they're not even gonna get down there to do it until they have the exosuits, but Let me introduce you to current Australia. We're going back to 1985. Oh, nice. If you tie your shoelaces together, you'll never lose them again. Unless they're on the wrong shoe. And you're not really being very specific about which shoelaces to tie together. You know, you might tie a loose shoe onto the shoe that you're wearing. Oh, analysis complete. Next activity in 9.1 cycles. That's kind of a long time relative to how things have been going. Starvation. The game the whole family could play, relatively speaking. Alright, we should be ready to start producing some suits down here, I think, right? We got a little power in here. We can punch some more buttons. Have to be careful moving laces from one to the other. You don't want to get off on the wrong foot. Oh, but I'm bummed. Thank you for the pun. When is the new cake biome being added? Cake biome? Cake. Aww. There are supposed to be new biomes coming out in 1.0, but I haven't been keeping up enough to know whether they've actually announced anything about what they're going to be. Oh, did the stream die? Oh gosh, I hope not. It does happen sometimes. Doesn't look like it. Cake makes fat man. Who needs cake biome when tiramisu biome should exist? Just layer them all up there. It'll be great. Layered tiramisu biome. How many suit sauce do we have here? Was it 6 I made? Yes. We have room for 6. I don't know if we have materials for 6. What are they going to take? Copper ore. Okay, we have lots of that. Reed fiber. I only have 2 units. Huh. That presents some problems. Oh, they finally shaved somebody. They succeeded in being out here long enough to actually shave the duplicant. It's amazing. Or not the duplicant, the Draco. That's a small miracle. I feel like they've been taking forever to get that done. Let's wrangle some more Dracos for them. Need to get that reed fiber so we can make more suits. If we don't have suits, we can't use the whole oxygen system. Oh, nice. This is all shifted back into a temperature range that will work for the mushrooms, so that's awesome. We can grow mushrooms on this whole thing now. Once we get enough spores, anyway. Shave the dupe. Wrong game, Fox. Yep. Sorry, wrong one. Tiramisu biome can actually be created by layering the cake biome with the pastry cream biome and the coffee liqueur biome. Coffee liqueur. Perfect. Do you have omelets? I don't, but we don't have as many eggs as we had before. There's very few shine bugs left in our colony. We kind of depopulated them a little bit by eating a whole bunch of their eggs. And then some of them flew like way out here, which is super annoying. So I have a little egg cracker here. Ooh, little fry egg. Isn't he cute? He's so cute, little fry guy. But I don't know how many eggs I actually have of these things. Where are we? Critter eggs. We have 13. So we have 10 shine nymph eggs, 1 fry egg, and 2 sun nymph eggs. I need to leave the eggs alone for now and let stuff repopulate a little bit. Mistakes were made. It's a cryptic. Hey, Polani, how's it going? Yeah, we can go for Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, yeah. So good and so bad for my waistline. People started fireworks already. Your doggo's going nuts. Poor boo. What are you celebrating in New Zealand right now, Polani? I'm not super up to date on holidays in different countries. Oh no, it's not. Poe's not in New Zealand. I'm thinking Snoop's. What are the fireworks for, Poe? You live in Kansas. Sorry, I was thinking Snoop's. Probably because Greg's message. NZ is New Zealand. But it's the wrong person. Sorry, Poe. My bad. 4th of July? It's not even July. How are they having 4th of July fireworks already? Somebody jumped the gun. They're like, we just want to have fireworks. And since they're available for purchase, let's use them. Ooh, we have a locker up here. I want this clock. A simple wall clock. It's no longer ticking. I still want it. Let's maybe rummage through this thing. I look around and cover old files. New database entry. Let's view the entry. Personal journal B835. Encryption level none. I started work at the new company called the Gravitas facility today. I was nervous. I couldn't get a job at first because I was fresh out of school. And I was so pushy in the interview. But the director apparently liked my thesis on the physiological thermoregulation of Arctic lizards. I'll be working with some brilliant geneticists, bioengineering organisms for space travel in harsh environments. It's like a dream come true. I get to work on exciting new research in a place where no one knows me. Wait a minute. Is this all the same record that I just unlocked? Oh my gosh, this one's huge. No, it can't be. Bonnie Ansari is here, working on space shuttles rusted in the robotics lab. As soon as she saw me, she called me Bubbles. And I told everyone about the time I accidentally held a bunch of fungal spores in the lab. And such was born Bubbles. Ooh, a cool vest. All right. I was hoping it'd be a snazzy suit, but it's just a cool vest. It's okay, CrypticFox, you're bad for being gone for so long. Yeah. Actually, it's been a while since you've been around. Although you did pop into a previous stream before. That's weird. I just got a subscribe notice that had an audio effect with it. It doesn't normally do that. Super strange. Road trips with the Kickbite and so many adventures. Nice. It's a journal, cryptic, several entries. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was, I thought you like strung together like several inspection things that made up those entries, but... Oh, look, it's a vole pup. Isn't he cute? Shovels are burrowing creatures that eat the regolith collected on terrestrial surfaces, but we can't get the regolith right now, so we're not going to get the vole pup. Okay. We can bring in a meep, squeamish molehand's quick learner, which seems just so wrong for a meep to be a quick learner. We have Nails, who's a twinkle toe slow learner, for a little contrast. And then we have a mouth breather uncultured. I don't want the mouth breather. I think we'll take the squeamish, because again, I'm not super worried about the care. We have enough duplicates that have care already that we can take this without any real issues. What's a vole? The vole is a little creature that eats regolith. It kind of crawls around like a mole. No, we're not taking the pup. I know the pup is cute and all, but we can't even feed it. There's no regolith down here. I'm not really up at the surface yet. Who subscribed to Ghost? I don't know what it was. Unless it was like a Twitch subscription that sent it off, but I don't think so. Okay. I need to look at the list of names, because there's just too many. Littlefinger Davos. We have Melisandre. Shay. We don't have a Marjorie Tyrell. No, I don't want that to be Marjorie. Egret, Gendry, Tormund, Giants, Bane. Ramsay Bolton. That seems perfect. Let's go with Ramsay Bolton. He's destructive. That's a good fit. There we go. Ramsay Bolton. There's no lamb sauce. Gotta go. All right, see you, Leo. Thanks for popping in. Don't starve together. Yeah. The family that starves together starves. You have 38 people. Reject all. Oh, no, Poe. Oh, no. No, Poe. No, Poe. In this colony, every duplicate's being named after a character from Game of Thrones, and we're taking everyone that gets offered until the whole thing collapses in on itself, which probably isn't that far off, to be honest. We have such a consistent supply of oxygen right now, though. Like, even if a bunch of duplicants died, like, it would have to be starvation that killed them off. But I don't know how many of them would even die, because once a few of them die off, the food supply is more accessible for everybody else. You've been scolded. You've also never seen an entire episode of Game of Thrones. Oh, for shame. Just not name one George R. R. Martin. He'd go on a serial murder spree. He'd also start a job and never finish it. Ba-dum-bum. You can only stop once he runs out of names. Yeah. No. When we run out of names, it'll be like... Then we'll start into, like... Zombie Army Soldier #1. But we're not going to get that far. They're going to die before we get there. I'm almost certain of it. Unless I find some miraculous way of not killing them. Which would be a little unusual for me, I think. Let's get some power going here. I guess I can tap directly into this same one I already have. Rather than building a new circuit, we'll just tap into this one. We're only going to use this pump for a little while anyway. Wait, I'm building this out of copper. That's such a waste. I need the copper for the spacesuits. There we go. Make it out of iron. It's probably the most abundant material I have right now. Even if I don't necessarily have a ton in my inventory at the moment. There we go. Ooh, the Paku that was in here died. Oh no, there he is. It's a tropical Paku. 20% chance of laying a fry egg. 75% chance of laying a tropical fry egg. 1% chance of a gulp egg. Is that why you're not treating the sick dupes? No, I'm not treating the sick dupes just out of laziness. I'm gonna put this on forever. We'll make medical packs as long as they have it accessible. And I'll set the sick bay to 9. So if the duplicants get sick, they're sure to come here and get treatment. There we go. There's only 14 of them that are sick. It's no big deal. Slime lung, food poisoning. Nobody's turned into a zombie yet, so that's a thing. Tribal Paku. Go to bed tonight and all I hear in your brain is that warning sound. Oh yeah, the warning sound is really something else. I wonder, is there actually an option that lets you turn off the alerts? Nope. Just the main things. Play background music, always play automation sounds. I unchecked that one because that one was driving me insane. Yeah, there's no, actually. If I turn this down, I wonder if that will affect it. I suspect not, but I do kind of like having more, like a certain amount of sound when I click on things. Did it get quieter? I'm not sure. It's so hard to tell. There's just so many alerts. Okay, this is pretty much ready. Do we have? Oh, we have one suit. Okay, so I need to set up. Deliver suit. Let's tell them to deliver suits to all these things. Not that we have enough suits or anything, but as we make them, they'll deliver them. Ta-ta! It did get quieter. Okay, good. I might be able to turn it off all the way, but then when like I said, I like to click on things and get that audio feedback. I don't know. I'm a little weird. When he starts ignoring the alerts, the colony dies. There's that too, yeah. Sometimes the alerts are really worthwhile. I don't think, like, you can't help it after a certain amount of time. When it's just alert after alert after alert, you start to ignore them because you can't look at them all. It's too much of a nuisance. Your head hurts. That's not good. Take an aspirin or something. Suffocation. I hate that I have 39 duplicants and it still feels like everything I want them to do is going slowly. Feels kind of like a slap in the face. Like the jetpack alerts, yeah. Trying to get them to die. Well, I'm not trying to get them to die. I'm trying to keep them alive. I'm just making a point of, like, just building to the point of failure, that's all. I'm not actively trying to get them to die, though. It's more like passively trying to get them to die. I got them to build the ladder all the way up here, and then I forgot to tell them to actually mine the algae. Oh, Dracos. Grab those. We got more Dracos to shave. We need that fiber. 0 water equals 0 oxygen. That would go that way, yeah. This water down here is not being used for oxygen now, though. It's actually this pool of water out here. Also, things are going slow because most of them don't have jobs. No, I don't know. I mean, a lot of them don't have hats. There's that, but the hats are more of an aesthetic thing. I don't know if that actually defines what work it is that they do. But there's a lot of them that I haven't spent points to give them something interesting. I picked like the improved carry and exosuit stuff, for example. So that's the thing. But maybe we'll put like we'll do this one on construction, and we'll start to give them some hats and things. Again, I don't think the hats actually impact the job they do. I think it's just more of an aesthetic. Jor has a lot of strength. That's pretty good. Let's put them on construction also. You can go into... Ooh, what have you got? Creativity, farming, blah. Doesn't matter. You can go digging. Sir Jorah, construction, tinkering. Oh, look go. What? I hate when it gives them like bonus points and things that they can't actually do. All right, you can do ranching. Put on your fancy rancher hat. Well, farming anyway. Marcella, no points. Shay has strength, learning, athletic, tinkering, ranching. She loves cooking, so let's put her on the cook position. Do a little grilling. Caitlin Stark. I don't see politics here as an option, so I guess we'll have to pick something else. She can go on construction because she likes doing that. Anytime they're doing a job that they love, they takes less morale, which is okay too. Khal Drogo. There's no killing and pillaging here. Killing and pillaging is just not an option, so I guess we'll put Khal on cooking also. Davo Seaworth, Braun. Sure, we'll give him improved carry. Exosuit training is a... Actually, let's get both of these the exosuit training hat. I kind of like that one. Viserys, or Viserys, however it's said. Theon Greyjoy. There's no cowering as an option, so that won't work. I guess we'll put him on digging. Ramsay Bolton. There's no torturing, so I guess we'll put him on construction. There we go. Now they have work. Mostly. Ta-da! Hey, Wesso, how are you? Build to the point of failure is the definition of actively trying to get them to die. No, it's not. Actively trying to get them to die would be turning all the machines off and just letting them die. The other way is more like torture. It's like, how long can you make them live? Your cooking video yesterday had me in tears. Oh, yeah. Good old cooking simulator. The controls on it are a little funky. It's hard to work it sometimes. Which is probably like half the fun in that game. I'm good, thanks. It's getting toward the end of the week. It's actually been a pretty decent week at work and stuff. I got some video content up this week. Been playing the new They Are Billions campaign mode, which is out, which I'm just crazy about. Have the itch to play it right now. Do I have priority set? Not for everyone. I have it for a bunch of them, but for a lot of them, not so much. Ramsay Bolton. I mean, a lot of these people they haven't really developed that much stuff yet. I mean, if I did set this, it would probably do a little bit better at a little bit better being more consistent getting stuff done. As a combat tidying, cook, research, operate, farm, build. Here we go. There's a building I want to get some people prioritized on. Caitlin Stark. I can't remember the hats they have on already. Is that a construction hat or a digging hat? Oh, it's a construction hat. It's got a little pencil on the side. So we'll prioritize that for Caitlin. Who else can I put on building as a priority that will speed things up a little bit? Sandor Clegane. Joffrey. Brand the Builder. Some of these other ones I think oh yeah. Giant's Bane, Jor. Get a lot of people working on construction, I guess. That'll help speed up our construction a bit. Make them prioritize just a tiny bit. Love that new Forge game you did. Oh, the Forager game? Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's one of those things where you can kind of sink a lot of time into it. It's a lot of clicking because you just kind of move around and smack stuff with your pickaxe a lot to collect things to make something else to smack with your pickaxe. It's kind of so the gameplay's a little derivative, but it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay with the campaign style, but I hate when the games have the characters say some random catchphrase every time you click the mouse. RE billions. Oh yeah, it would be nice actually if they only did it once in a while. Mind you, I used to like with the old Warcraft when you would click on the orcs and they'd be like, "What? What? Stop poking me!" I used to click them a lot just to get that, but love your cooking videos. So much funny moments. That's a fun game. You know, in terms of like simulator games, that one's pretty fun. I'm surprised I didn't break any plates in that particular video. I have lit the kitchen on fire before, but only intentionally. Oh, it's getting too hot down here again. This crazy thing in here. I wonder if I should get rid of my egg cracker since I'm not making use of it right now anyway. We can move the micro musher down into the kitchen space. I think I'm going to do that. I don't have eggs to crack right now, so because I let too much of the population leave. Quote-unquote leave, i.e. as breakfast. I need to up the priority on delivery for this stuff here, too. Get me my exosuits. I think 2 Point Hospital is on the... Watch one of those cheap discount places. Oh, chrono.gg, yeah. Could be. Hold on, let me check. It might be over already. Chrono.gg/CrypticFox. And the deal of the day is Worm Unlimited is the deal of the day right now. I think 2 Point Hospital was yesterday. If you consider trying War for the Overworld, you get to be an evil overlord and carve out your dungeon and defend your core from heroes. Oh, that sounds a lot like what was that game before? Was it Dungeon Master or something like that? Oh man, look at all the suits we made. I thought I only made one. That's awesome. All right, let's enable this thing. Okay, buy 2 Point Hospital. It was a good deal for 2 Point Hospital though, if you like the game. Yeah, no, I haven't tried War for the Overworld. I might have the interest in looking at it. Dungeon RL. It was an older game that I'm thinking of that you built a dungeon and then the heroes had to come in and your job was to splat them. And you could put like your minions in different places and put like different traps and things. I thought Cryptic said, look at all the soups we made. Oh yeah, the soups. We did that too in Cooking Simulator. One of them I wasn't supposed to turn into a soup, but I made it a soup anyway. Mistakes were made. Hey Scott, how are you? It's a spiritual successor to Dungeon Keeper. Was made with the blessing of the original creators. Oh really? That's cool. That was an interesting game. I vaguely remember playing the first one. Okay, we got this thing broken down. Let me put our micro musher in here. I really hate using this thing, but if we had a better, more consistent supply of water, I could think about swapping out our food in here. The trouble is, as soon as I break these down in order to try to convert it into any other type of crop, our food supplies will plummet and death will occur. I need enough food being supplied somewhere else or enough of a cushion that I can actually break these down and start to swap them into, like, irrigation plots or something. Dungeon 3 is also similar. Oh, yeah. Love all these shine bugs you still have around at Cycle 123, dude. Yeah, I started in the early game giving them a feeder and a little grooming station. We have a lot of shine bugs. They all kind of, a bunch of them moved up here. We had more, but I ate like 30 of their eggs as food. And they didn't seem to appreciate it much. A chlorine gas vent up here. I didn't even notice that. Huh. Alright. I feel like maybe I have seen that before and I forgot. Because that's what my brain does. It forgets regularly. I need to dig in this swampy biome and try to find more mushroom caps too, or mushroom spores or whatever. Oh look, they got this almost done. Oh, it is done. Is it pumping? Why aren't you pumping? What are you lacking? Has power. Has water. Has pipes. Oh, they don't have the outlet yet. Oh, they can't reach it. That would do it. that could be a thing. Let's put a ladder there. They can step on that. Got these nice little paku fish down here. I'm gonna try and grow some paku in there. We can try to get a little bit of a food supply to them also. Yeah, I knew I had told them to build the vent. They just hadn't finished it yet, I guess. Aw, look, they're so cute when they run around their spacesuits, and they suffocate so much less often, which is great for cutting down on the number of alarms we have to listen to. More duplicants. Oh, they look so happy. This is the happiest colony on Earth. I love that pose where he's like licking his hand. Eat the fish. We need more fish before we eat them. There's only 2 options here, a loud sleeper or a yokel. Who should we name this one? So, you know what we don't have? We don't have a Jaken Hagar. There we go. Print. Eat the fish. All those new doors, what are they? What's going on with those doors? Which doors? I have most of the doors set to open. I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly, Poe. Go for the gold. Oh, up here? Yeah, we can do that too, I guess. There's also gold over here we can grab. Now that they have exosuits, we have to worry so much less about them being sick also. We can send them anywhere we want to now. They're not going to get scalded. They won't get sick. Give me all this gold. Just a weird gas effect. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Well, they all look foggy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have doors like this that are open where the stuff's going through it, but bring them to space with lasers. Freaking lasers. I mean, we do have lasers. There's in the automation thing, is it? So the sensors are... Where is the... utilities, maybe? Somewhere there's a space laser we could put down. It's just not terribly useful, because... unless you're consistently digging the same stuff over and over again. There you go, the robo-miner. Like, you can dig out a pretty big space with a robo-miner, but once it's done digging all that, it's just kind of useless in there, and you have to break it down. Oh yeah, the open doors have a back now. Oh, yeah. Quality of life prettifying thing. Look at this miasma of wonderful gases we have up here. This is just great. Actually, I should dig this all the way through, because my intention is to seal this off and oxygenate this area in here, and we'll build a second Great Hall for them to eat in, maybe. Or to not eat in, depending on our food supply. Because sometimes that's a thing. Eat sharks with lasers. Is miasma a word? Not spelled that way. It's like M-I-A-S-M-A. Dig, dig, dig. All day long. Dig, dig, dig. While we sing this song. You know, I really should put a pump in here while I'm thinking of it, too. How much gas is in here? We let a whole bunch of chlorine in here, so that... but... if we throw a liquid pump in here... what did I do? Totally clicked on stuff I shouldn't have clicked on. Okay, if we put a liquid pump in here, then at least this will be prepared when I want to tap into it and use it. I don't necessarily need to right now. But I might want to. At some point later for like producing oxygen or something. So at least if I have that queued up, I don't have to go in there and build it later. Now they have, I mean, they have exosuits, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but... they've been doing a good job of building down here, but I've got a bit of a blockage there. We're going to break that out. We'll get some more algae. I think probably one of the primary things we're going to run into is we're going to run out of algae and the suits won't refill with oxygen, and then I'll have to kind of muck around with that again. Could set up a mining laser by a liquid metal geyser, so when the metal solidifies, you can mine it out. Yeah, as long as the system doesn't break. Miasma is an excellent crossword word. Crunches on sprouts and bacon. Brussels sprouts and bacon. Nom, nom, nom. I didn't have any bacon earlier today. When I made Brussels sprouts, I just, I had a little bit of kielbasa left in the fridge, so I just chopped that all up and fried it with that. It's not quite the same as bacon. In terms of, like, the ability to give it flavor. It was alright, though. Ew, Brussels sprouts. I imagine a lot of people have that reaction. I actually like them. Again, I'm a little weird. Why am I still making ice in here? I completely forgot I was doing that. How much ice do we have sitting here? Oh, good. Only 4,625 kilograms. That's awesome. Well, that's a thing. I should probably set this to store ice. Put clean ice in here. And let's disable this building so I stop making ice. Sometimes it's a hard time breathing cause of miasma. Miasma's on Cryptic's word of the day calendar on his desk. No, not so much. I have a reasonably good vocabulary. They're like baby cabbages. Kind of. It's really all about frying them up with bacon, though. Like if you just so when I was a kid, I don't know what your experience was like, but my mom was a reasonably good cook, but she had a way of like cooking things the same way all of the time, and there were a few things she cooked that were just never good. Broccoli was always overboiled, and cabbages she would just like cut across in the bottom part of the or not cabbages, Brussels sprouts. She would just cut across in the bottom of them and then boil them, so they were kind of like tasteless, mushy things. It's awful. As I got older and I got exposed to some other foods and stuff, that's when I started to like them more because, like, you know, I had them like fried with bacon or with bacon and onions or whatever, and it's just, you know, it's a dramatically different thing. I will consume the flesh of the unborn. You'll have the eggs. Vast quantities of unborn chicken embryos. I actually hate eggs, so you know, don't have to worry about me eating those. Can't do it. Steaming is the best for Brussels sprouts. Boiling anything removes the flavor. Yeah, I don't know. I like the fried personally. Happily finally catch this live after been watching the rest of these. Hey, Roddy. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. It's a little bit on the late side, depending on where you are, but thanks for popping in just the same. Allergic to eggs, so you don't have to suffer through them. Yeah, I'm not allergic to them, but when I was a kid, I ate a bad one. I got really sick, and I got classically conditioned. Now I just have the same reaction every time I eat them. Or they smell like sulfur to me, too, which I just can't get past. Even to think about, like, retrying them, I can't. My body won't do it. Instant rejection. Ooh, there's more Paco up here. Alright, so if we're going to make this into a little Paco pen... Oh, well... Oh, good, there's still one in there. I was like, well, they're totally depopulated, so that's not happening. But it's not. Hooray! Okay, so in the food area, I think it is. We got our fancy fish feeder. Automatically dispenses stored critter food into the area below. This is a very handy thing to have if we're going to have critters in here. So we should probably have one of these. What else do we need in here? We need a fish trap. For the fish trap, we can stick that down here. We probably should... Oh, I've never used this thing before. That's kind of cool looking. So we're going to use a fish trap, and then... I guess that's going to use all the plastic we have. That kind of sucks. And then we need a fish release. Release the trap Pacu back into the world. Whoops. Ooh, man, wrong button. Fish release. Ah, I can't spin it around. That's okay. Doesn't really need to be. Okay, let's build this trap then as a priority. I'm going to try and catch this guy before he finds himself in too much trouble. And I should probably do the same thing with the priorities up here. Try to deal with all of this at the same time. Cryptic the psychologist. It was funny. Like I did first year psychology when I was in university, and that was one of the topics that was covered. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's why I can't eat eggs. It's one of the things that stuck with me. Just fry up some bacon for the eggs. I'll eat the bacon, but not gonna touch the eggs. You should stop the water pump first. That's maybe not a bad idea. Let's disable this for the moment. I don't know what'll happen with the fish trap if there isn't any water there. I've never used the fish trap before. This will be the first time, oddly enough. Well, that was quick. It's like, I wonder how long it'll stay in there. That's funny. I really need them to finish up here now, though, because I can't release it. Get me that tropical Paku. We need him. It'll die? Well, when it runs out of water, they just sort of flop around. They don't really die. They last a long time flopping around on the ground for some reason. You would think they would, like, suffocate and die sooner, but nope. Green eggs and ham. I will not eat them, Sam. I am. I think the schedule he has allows the dupes to get to a table. Scott. Yeah, so I do have quite a few schedules. Now, we have brought in more duplicants now. So we have 4 different schedules set up. Ramsey Bolton schedule 5. So can Chicken Hagar. This says 369. It says 11. This one has 9. This one has... Wait a minute. Yeah, same number. 9. Alright. It's fairly well spread out. We are going to need more bathroom space, though. This is a lot of duplicants to be using that one bathroom. Both ears are finally pretty much healed. But piercings are not... Oh, yuck. Gross. You two flop on the ground a lot. Well, thanks for that, Macy. That's kind of an odd picture, but thanks for sharing, I guess. This duplicate does not have... Who is that? Oh, it's Viserys. He does have a skill point. Let's start to build him towards the exosuit training, because we kind of want him to be able to do stuff. Gilly, let's make her improved cook. Get some better food production out of her. Davos Seaworth, we can get him on the exosuit, and I'm going to change his hat up because I think it looks cool. Grey Worm, you can do the exosuit thing too. He has more skills, so let's put him on something he loves. We'll put him on tidying. Why he likes to tidy, I don't know, but it's his passion. Don't mock his passion. Marcella... We don't really need the research. I'm gonna put her on medicine. And Jagan Hagar, we'll put him on improved carry, I guess. Any more points to spend? Oh man, Podrick. Podrick likes to tidy, so you do that. Giant's Bane, we'll put medical care. That just seems so wrong for him, but whatever. Meister Aemon. Crank up their duplicant care. Sandor Clegane. More construction. Varys. We'll get him working on digging. Brienne. I'm going to move her into farming. Oh, actually, she can be a mecha... Oh, drat, I spent the point already. Can I unspend it? Nope. Apparently right-clicking closes that menu. I should probably put her on mechatronics engineer because I only have one other person that I think that has that so far. Let's see, Robin Aaron. He's working on cooking. He's already kind of maxed out on that. I guess we can put him on, I don't know, medicine. Exosuit wearing for Joffrey. Sansa, exosuit wearing. Gregor, research. That's just wrong. Same thing with the medical care. We'll put him on that. Tyrion Lannister, exosuit. All right, this didn't take too long to get everybody moving a little more quickly. That's pretty good. Grand Maester Pycelle. Sure, do the electrical thing. Daenerys is maxed out there. We'll put her on improved tinkering. Samwell Tarly. Man, so many skills. Too many duplicates. Who made me take so many? It's all your fault. Exosuit. Pretty much all of them can move quickly with an exosuit now, which is kind of handy. All right, we got another mechatronics engineer. Hodor the mechatronics engineer. It's completely wrong. Just in so many ways, but whatever. Jamie. We'll give him medical skill. Why not? He did a good thing with his hand, right? Cersei. Cersei doesn't love anything. She's very dispassionate. Oh, she loves wearing an exosuit. She's all about wearing the exosuit. Not much of anything else. Sorry, I accidentally scrolled up the chat. I was missing stuff. Yeah, 40 exosuits thrown on the ground everywhere. No, I only made like 6 of them, I think. They just keep swapping them out. Yeah, let's put her into farming. I feel like I want to get her working in the critter business. Edward Stark, he's into cooking. We'll do plumbing and tidying down there. Alright. That's it, that's all. Get to work on my fish movement. Need more diggers. Do we, though? Yeah, we have like 5 of them. Well, only 2 of them that have the higher skill levels, though. I guess that's right. That's okay. What was the tolerance rating on that last prototype? Hodor. He's brutal when he does like those 3D plans and stuff too. You know, it's so wrong. Aquatic critters. Let's dump all those in. Stick them all in the same place. It's a pretty small container in here, though. I'm probably going to need a bigger one, depending on the number of fish we get. This would be a good place to have... Hey, what's going on here? Who's suffocating and why? Tell me you're not trapped. No, they can still jump out. At some point, the melting's going to happen. I'm going to have other problems. The great melt. Cat's watching a stream. She likes watching dupes. Yeah, some other people have mentioned that too. They scurry around the screen like little critters, so it's... I think they like the movement. Okay. Oh boy. Feed them all? What do they eat? I don't even know. Oh, it's algae we gotta feed them. Oh boy. That is less than optimal. But I guess we'll make do. Okay, somebody... Let's crank this thing up. Party 9, there you go. Take our little fish up. Dump him in there. I love the little animation as it goes through. And the fact that the Sansa was just standing in midair. That was cool. Very cool, too. Unless this is supposed to be like a little tile here. Same as this one, I guess. 200 kilogram max. Actually, so it's not even that much algae we're going to put in there. That's okay. It could be worse. I'm not thrilled with having to spend it there, but... If we can get some Pakus going in there, we might actually get some reasonable food. Yeah, they all like the same food. Someone a new sub. I've been watching Car Mechanic Sim 2018 on your channel. Can you maybe revisit it? Yeah, I'll definitely be playing more of it. I haven't played nearly as much of it as I've gone through all the different car expansions and stuff, because each car is ultimately very, very similar now in terms of the stuff that we do. So mostly I kind of keep an eye out for new updates that I want to play, or if there's a new car that's added to the workshop that somebody's modded that I want to try out. But yeah, we'll definitely be playing more Car Mechanic Simulator. Just not with the kind of frequency that it was before. I'm actually kind of hoping they'll come up with a new edition next year. What if I get paid tomorrow? I done it $52. Oh, that's not good. Cats only attract lateral movement. Vertical ones don't attract their attention as it's a hunter stepping state. Really? Because my cat chases after lights on the wall when I move them up and down. I don't know. What about Truck Simulator? You're talking about the one, the truck building simulator, right? Yeah, I haven't really gone back to revisit that either, have I? It didn't do exceptionally well streaming-wise, so I didn't really focus on it a lot. Ada, slow learner buff, irritable bowel caregiver, or noodle arms gourmet. Ooh, irritable bowel is gonna be our winner, if you want to call it that. We've got a lot of the main characters, so we can look at more in the supporting cast, I guess. Who don't we have that is relatively... Oh, you know what? We don't have a Renly Baratheon. This feels like a Renly. Oops. And who was the Knight of Flowers? Was that oh, I can't think of his name. We'll make this Renly Baratheon though. There we go. Yara or regret? Yeah, we have that. I did play Goat Simulator. That was funny. Hey-oh, no spider stories tonight. Hooray, no spider stories. You didn't grab any from underneath your furniture this time? Starbucks barista in honor of the cup. Kill to watch me play Goat Simulator. I might even have it on my computer still. Maybe not installed. Hold on a second. Do I have it on here? No. I'm sure I know I've played it. I thought it was a Steam game, but maybe it's not. That game is just silly. I had to get laugh about that. There might even be videos on the channel. Actually, it might even be on my other channel that I played Goat Simulator a long time ago. When the game first came out, it was just pure silliness. Like there was, I think they've added a lot more to the game than what there was initially, but it was just random junk. When it's already have their attention, they track for the kill. Say you put a squirrel running on TV, but switches so it runs vertically, the cat will ignore. Oh, really? That's interesting. Goat Simulator is a ton of fun, especially if you flip over to the World of Warcraft parody. Oh my gosh. Someone made a mod to turn it into World of Warcraft. I built all this stuff out here for farming, and I haven't been able to use any of it. I don't have the spores. Ooh, look, we have more fish we can catch. Can I reuse that trap? I'm gonna go with nope. Trap's gone. Drat. Kind of want the water that's in there, but if I dig it out of here, it's just going to dump down into this reservoir. Well, a certain amount will spill over. I guess we can still do that. The duplicates that come in here, though, they're still going to get sick, so I got to be a little careful of that, I suppose. I need a lower level. This is going to require a ladder. Otherwise, someone's guaranteed to get trapped. And let's maybe put the ladder slightly higher priority. There we go. Just so they don't trap themselves. Because knowing my duplicants, they're going to. It's like an art form for them. No more dismemberment today. No, that was in the RimWorld yesterday. You're the biggest. The biggest what? I have been losing weight. I'm not the biggest anymore. I cannot love a game when one of the character selections is playing as a microwave. It's in a fantasy game. Really? It's a little strange. Kids love to play Goat Simulator. She's not very good, but she knows how to run around and giggles like crazy when the goat does weird stuff. Yeah, I used to like really early on, you'd like stick your tongue on stuff and then your tongue would stretch out like 4 miles long. Yay, weight loss. It's not a lot. I mean, I've just been doing like calorie reduction and avoiding a lot of carbohydrates. I still eat them. I just don't. I've avoided stuff like bread, pasta, potatoes, rice, effectively, and then like deep fried things I haven't been eating. I just lower my calorie count, so it's working, but it's certainly it's not the fastest process. It's funny how you can gain weight so quickly because you have there's no upward limit on how much calorie you can stuff in your body pretty much if you try hard. But you can't go below 0 the other direction, so that kind of limits whatever. Grabbing helicopters with the tongue was a blast, I bet. Just got a Fitbit. It's so interesting the things it tracks. Also gives little achievements to help you reach your goals. Yeah, my wife has she's had a couple Fitbits actually. It's not really my thing. I can't pay enough attention to that. I spent too much time sitting at a desk. I would just get irritated at the fact that it kept telling me I was supposed to be walking when I wasn't. Carly Ray Jepson. How you doing, Carly? Looks like your oxygen supply will be ending soon. What? What you talking about, Willis? No, this will last a long time. This is only feeding oxygen flow, nothing else. And I just added more water to it. We'll be fine for a while. And even beyond that, I have other water sources, so we're good. What I should do, actually, is... I should build that second oxygen system. I probably have enough Wheezewort so I could even cool the air coming out of it. And then I could turn off the algae the algae diffusers in the colony, which would save a little bit of power and heat. It would also save the algae. I have 2 of them running right now, and we could use the algae for other things. Is there a way to, like, can I select and copy? Or is that only in the sandbox mode? I think I can copy settings, but I may not be able to actually pick things. Yeah, it must be. It'd be nice to just be able to copy this setup and paste it up top, but I'm going to have to rebuild it probably. Pea water oxygen. It's not even pea water. It's just polluted. It's fine. Nobody urinated in that one. They urinated in this one. And eventually that will spill out over there, but for right now, they're not using it. Sandbox. Did you say sandbox? I did say sandbox, but we're not doing it. No. No sandbox. Sandbox is cheating. Unless I'm experimenting. That's fine that way. I don't think I've seen the game Grow Home. And you say it's interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. I have lots of dead space here. I think I'm gonna build my oxygen room right in here. Weirdest placement probably I've done one of these in, but that's alright. Blah. I'll give them a little floor. I'm gonna take a little bit to piece this together. Okay, so I need door, pump. Above this, we're gonna do our tile. With our electrolyzer, we need. We're gonna do 4 across. Put our little doors near. I should use mechanical doors. Like that. Ventilation, we need another gas pump in here. More insulated tile. Like so. We only need it on one side this time. We can cancel that. We need airflow tile here. Oxygen. We will need another electrolyzer. And then we just need pressure sensor and a whole bunch of piping. So atmos sensor can go right in here. We'll connect that up with an automation wire into that. And then we need doors and stuff. Set that up with a staircase or ladder, whatever. There we go. Ta-da! We'll need power and everything still, too. Obviously, we have to set all that up, but... You heard Carly Rae was watching this. Yeah, it's not the real Carly Rae Jepsen. But somebody with the same name. Check out Pigeon Simulator. It's hilarious. I used to... I haven't played Pigeon Simulator, but a long time ago, I think on the Commodore 64... Just to give an indication of how exactly long ago that was. There was a game called Potty Pigeon. And the whole objective of the game was to fly along and poop on the windows of cars that are underneath you. It was a really silly game, and the graphics obviously were terrible because it was sort of like just a junk little indie game on the Commodore 64, but it used to make me laugh. As a kid, it was amazing. Baby fish! Oh, were there baby fish up there? We had one up there. Nope, still the one. Just a tiny little baby Paku. Oh, the eggs in there, though. They've gone through the cycle of life a couple of times. Does this have anything in it yet? Still 0 kilograms. I need some algae in here. Somebody go feed these guys. If we don't feed them, we can't tame them. Can't tame them. They don't produce as many eggs. Need to dig that space above the liner. Oh yeah, I forgot to set up the digging in there. There we go. Thank you. Like that. Ta-da! Yum, oxygen generation in the slime zone. You can chew your oxygen now. That's right. It's the new kind of oxygen. Comes in little packages like Spam. We got a decent number of mushrooms down here now, so that's pretty good. We should have the... Oh man, that's loud. Gosh, you guys are super loud. What are you doing to me here? I wonder if I should fry up the mush bars that I'm making just to... Just trying to limit the diarrhea potential a little bit. Gets halfway to the place and then turns around. That probably happens a lot for these guys. That's a long run to get up there, actually. Should put more storage closer to the top area, or they're going to take forever going up and down. That's probably a good idea. I can actually just stack it right in here. There's this little ranch thing in here is not serving any other purpose. We can just fill it up with storage space. The only thing this is for shine bugs, and they don't really have to stay in there, so... Excellent Spaceballs reference. Wait, where? He died, that is all. Okay, copy this. Copy. There we go. Okay, now they can run less far. Some of them are still so slow with the suit. How do you have slime lung? You're in an exosuit, buddy. That's a new skill right there. Oh. He's taking the helmet off to gasp and wheeze. That makes no sense. Although I guess you probably wouldn't want to sneeze in a spacesuit with the helmet on. That would probably not do good things for your ears, but... Still, what's he doing being sick in the first place? Lazy dupe. Oh, let's see, we did get a little rise in stress. Poor Melisandre's feeling a little stressed. She knows the long night is coming. Don't know if you've seen Car Mechanic Sims coming out on Xbox next Monday. Yeah, June 25th it's coming out on console. It's about time, actually. What was it, 2 years it took for them to turn that around? Considering they had the what do you want to call it? Like the brand art or whatever on the packaging, like, and on their key art from like the very point of launch, they had Xbox and PlayStation on there. But it is finally coming out on console, so that'll be cool. I'm secretly hoping they're going to send me a key for it so I can check it out and see what it's like on the console versus on the PC. And what happened here? We ran out of power. Consumable ore. I have 10 tons of coal, but nothing in here. Give to me the coals. Please. I needs it. Can I even get out there now? The suits aren't charging, but will they have any charge in them? Probably not, right? Alright, disable this for the moment. We'll let our duplicants run around out there. Oh, and wait a minute. Now that somebody's going to bring a spacesuit in, that's going to be super inconvenient. Hold on. Enable this. Enable it, I say! There we go. Power restored. Everything back to normal. Minor hiccup. Never heard of this game, but it seems super complex. Oh, this is such a good game. Yeah, it's, I mean, we've got a lot built here right now. We're on cycle, we're 129 days in, or they call them cycles in this game. You start off first with just a small little area. You have this little printing pod and 3 of these little duplicants. I have a crazy number of duplicants. We're at 41. That's really not normal. Most people don't play that way. But I'm just taking a duplicate every single time just for the fun of it. But yeah, I can get fairly complex. There's a lot of neat little systems you can build in this that require some planning and things. Yay, I can finally watch you live. Welcome, doggy dude. Live for 13 minutes anyway. We're getting towards the end of the stream already. Quarantine procedures. See a bunch of sick dupes. Well, I have these things set up at priority 9. And I have this set up to do infinite production of medicine packs, but we're all out of bomb lily flowers. I wonder if there are any of them out here somewhere that I can get access to that I can harvest. I should probably consider setting up a little farm for bomb lilies. I don't really know what they need growth-wise. Let's find out. Bomb lily, where are you? Life cycle 12 cycles. They need 35 to 85 degrees, so they need to be in hot space. That's fine. They need chlorine, a farm plot, and then just pressure. So that's actually fairly reasonable to do, especially since I think there's a chlorine geyser up top here. Yeah, there's a chlorine geyser like right here. So I could make a bomb lily farm. Where would I want to put it, though? I mean, I want it to be somewhere where I can trap the gases in, because I don't want to make a big chlorinated mess anywhere. I guess I could kind of dig through here. We could build one. Is it even hot enough? 42 degrees. That's actually, this might be a pretty good spot for them. 35 to 45. Okay, so if we dig all this out, right across here, we even have chlorine there already. Conveniently enough, we could build a little multi-level farm here. Throw a door on this side. No, actually, I don't want a door. I want something to keep the gases in. This may not be the ideal location for this. Let's build a roof here. I'm still planning to blow this area out and have more living space in here, so it's probably a good idea to plan ahead for that. And then I'm going to do a little gas lock here. No, this isn't going to be a good location for this. This is not going to be good. It's too close to the colony. If I set it up the way I'm thinking, then I'm going to have a problem with my exosuits, so I don't really want to do that. Let's kind of nix that plan. I'll plan to put it somewhere else. Maybe it needs to be in a hot biome. So actually, out here would be great. This is already hot out here. 44, 45 degrees. We already have a bunch of them growing naturally out here, so this is probably the place to do it. If we go into our food, we need our farm tiles. I could just build a whole row of them right across here. At least I could if I wasn't running out of materials. What's going on here? What are you doing? Oh, there. Yeah, there's a plant in the way. Yeah, we'll dig this out. This will be our fancy bomb lily farm. Actually, there's even chlorine here already. I don't even need to do a whole lot. It can just do its own thing. Oh, this started again. Finally. What the heck was that noise? I've never zoomed in and listened. Did these things make that funny giggling noise? That's so weird. If you're stressed, you don't even know what's happening. Yeah, it's a little easier when you start right from the beginning of the game. Just make a helium gas trap. Oh yeah, we could do that too. For the, well, hydrogen one. Anyway, not helium, but yeah. Let's do a vertical one. But I don't like, I don't really like the way this is set up over here. I'm going to use this space over here because it's already hot. There's already chlorine over there. It's like the minimal effort solution to get a good supply of bomb lilies. 41 duplicants. I think we ran out of beds again. I actually need to make more. Pacifist, night owl, yokel symbiotes, or narcoleptic symbiotes. I'm going to take the night owl. Gene the night owl, and we need to have a name. We need another name from Game of Thrones in order to name somebody. Fish no food. Recent algae machine is eating all your algae. No, we have 6.2 tons of algae right now. It's not that. They just haven't made the delivery. Let's see. We have got to make Marantrant, I guess. Sir Marantrant. Does anyone have a preference for who I bring in? Does you really? That we have so many duplicates at this point. I don't know if you're missing any characters that you really love that should be in here. We don't have a Benjamin Stark. That might be a good one. Love you, Cryptic. Hey, Popper Lives. Thanks for coming out to the stream. I haven't seen any Game of Thrones. That could make it tricky. I'm going to take Benjamin Stark. That's who this will be. It seems appropriate, being a night owl. You know, he's on the Night's Watch. It's a bit of a stretch, but whatever. Benjamin Stark. Pacifist is maybe not right, but... Brent. What I love, Raw, is the game's like $30. You have over 600 hours into it and plenty left to do. Oh, yeah. This is one of those games where... I mean, I've never gone back and counted how many times we've started a colony. It would take frankly, it's more effort than I want to put into it. But we've started so many colonies in this game. For the investment that I put into the game, I think when I bought it, it was $20 a couple years ago. It was still in alpha at the time that I got it. And it's been like my favorite game for the longest time now. So much time I've put into this game. Okay. More farm tile. I need 2 spaces above here. This might be pushing it for the chlorine, but we can always pump some more down there, I guess. Woo woo! This one won't be able to grow because I have stuff right there. Do I have those set for harvest? I don't. Look, we got more pepper plants. And we have more bomb lilies, too. Grab the wild ones as well as the ones we can actually grow. That'd be good. CrypticFox has played Raft for a while too. Not nearly as complex. Yeah, definitely not. There is a new one that's out. It's called Desert Skies. That someone actually mentioned it in Discord too, but I had already seen it. I tried to reach out to the developer to see if I could get a code for it, but I haven't had any luck yet. But it's like a very similar to Raft, but you're like a hot air balloon flying over the desert, and you have to like land and like search through buildings and stuff and chop trees down. Part of those guys, they say it's a copy of Raft. It is very, very similar to Raft. Very, very similar. I mean, there are some different gameplay elements, but the gameplay loop is very much the same. You're stranded by yourself. You have limited supplies. You have to build things to make stuff. You add on to your structure that takes you across the game map. Like it's very similar. It's kind of neat though. Yeah, it's in early access on Steam right now. They seem to be making regular updates to it, which is promising, but yeah, very, very similar. Oh, you know why they haven't built... I'm like, why haven't they built this thing here? But I didn't give them a ladder tall enough to even reach up here. And why, you ask? Because Smirt, that's why. Always about the Smirt. Yeah, it's a different developer. Yeah. How much does Desert Skies look kind of cool? I think it's like, well, obviously it will depend a little bit on your country and the currency and stuff, but I think it's like $20 or something. $22.79 Canadian. But this is it here. This is the Seeker guy. That's the raft there that you're building, but it's like a hot air balloon. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. I kind of want to play it. It is very, very similar to Raft, like super similar. So if you don't like Raft, you're not gonna like this game. But one of my coworkers sent me here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm intrigued. Hey, Owen, or Owen apparently. How's it going? We're playing a game called Don't Starve, or sorry, not Don't Starve. I can't even think anymore. It's getting the end of the day. Playing Oxygen Not Included. It's a colony building and survival game where we have to build out a space for our duplicants to live. And why is all this? Oh. Huh. Well, that was a problem I hadn't really anticipated encountering at the moment. We just ran out of dirt. It's a colony building and survival game where you have to build a space for your duplicants to live, provide them with all the necessities of life like oxygen and food and living space and all that kind of stuff. And there's all kinds of like research and stuff you can unlock. You can build rockets and launch them off-world to find stuff. It's actually a really deep game. There's lots of complexity to it. Tons of fun. This colony's been around for 131 days in game, which is a fairly long time, but not like a massively big game. I am going to have problems in the absence of dirt. And this water ran out too. Where did it go? I wasn't even pumping this water. I don't know where this water went. Why is it gone? Now I'm producing polluted oxygen in my base. Where did the water go? This pump is not on, and there's no pitcher pump in here to draw the water out, and there's nowhere for it to drain out either. I have no idea how that water disappeared because there was nothing that could have taken it out of there. Why don't I have water down here? Somebody spilled some ice, I think. Well, that is really, really inconvenient. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you know, wait, actually, no, was it this? Oh, that does pump the water out still. I forgot I was using the pitcher pump here. Ah, drat. All right. Brains and all that. Yeah, I was pumping it. It was just, I thought I knew I had turned this, changed it so I wasn't pumping the water into here, but I completely forgot about this little pitcher pump over here that I was pumping to this tiny little reservoir. Okay, so we have a kind of a big whammy problem coming now. We have 42 duplicates in our colony, which is a lot. Like, this is a ton. Like, so many more than we would normally have in a colony. We're tight on food, but they are surviving. But we're about to run... We're out of dirt for our plants, just about. We're pretty much out of water for that pitcher pump in order to supply water that's being used to make mush bars. And the mush bars are the thing that's bridging the gap between what our farms are producing and what our duplicates are eating. So everything's about to go downhill relatively quickly here, I think. Unless I can get a water supply that can feed this, which leads me to the flow that's coming out of here. I could disinfect and send water over there. It's going to speed up the drop of this water, unfortunately, but we have all this hydrogen stuff in here we don't need. I can, where's our piping layout? I can deconstruct all of this. It's going to make a big mess, but deconstruct all this stuff in here. Okay, and then we'll put in place the liquid reservoirs. I can fit like one of them there. I'm gonna need chlorine though. Maybe I should wait until I can do that. I've already started breaking things. Let's just cancel it all. Okay, leave that stuff intact for the moment. Up on the top, way up here, I have a chlorine geyser. I can use the chlorine from that to build a sterilization chamber that we can send the water into. But it's really inconveniently placed. I might actually be better off just taking some of the bleach stone and letting some of that do the job for me. So let's build... I want to build a different access way to get into this. So this can go... We'll deconstruct some of the basic stuff that's in here. We'll set a ladder up from the bottom. No, that's not really going to be convenient either. Whatever, we'll break this stuff down. I'm going to put a storage container in here. A little storage bin. We'll fill it with bleach stone. We'll let a bunch of CO2 build up in here. Or not CO2, a little bit of chlorine build up in here. And then we'll pump the water into the reservoir. And as long as it's in this room with the chlorine, it should be alright. It should purify it. Well, this is probably... What am I thinking? This is already germ-free. I don't even need to do that. It's not pee water we're using. It's just regular dirty water. So I don't have to clean it. Hooray! But it's going to be hot. Like, really hot. Like 38.9 degrees hot. It is kind of out of the way, so I guess it's not too bad. Let's just deconstruct this. And we'll build some insulated piping to go down here. We'll just steal some of this water and we'll feed it directly into our little food reservoir. I broke that pipe for nothing. I could have just borrowed it. I don't know why I was thinking that I need to get rid of the germs. It just doesn't have any. That was silly of me. And there's no point keeping any of this anymore. We can just get rid of all this. This can go to... Just clean out the space. We can use it for something else instead later. Maybe we'll build like an oxygen suit system down there at some point. Magma's boring. Molten glass is basically dirt. Well, I mean, it's melted sand, but there's that. It is, however, midnight, so I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. I have a feeling that the next time we play, things are going to get a little dicey as we try to solve for some of the food problems that we're going to have. Having run out of dirt, we're going to need to try to either change our crop over to something different so that we're not having to consume dirt anymore, or produce another supply of dirt, which we can do by burning things. So, like, we can take slime and heat it up to the right temperature. It will convert into dirt, but then we have super hot dirt, so we'll have to deal with that. So lots of things to kind of figure out for the next time we play. We may end up with a few duplicant deaths, but we made it through tonight without anyone dying, which is kind of amazing when you think about it, particularly on my games in particular. But thanks everyone for coming to hang out tonight. I appreciate the super chats. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Come back and hang out with us for another stream or check out another video. I did upload a couple videos this week. If you could take a look at those if you haven't watched them already, for They Are Billions, Forager, Cooking Simulator was another one I uploaded, and feel free to share them with your friends or what have you. Try to get some good channel growth going. It's been a little slow lately. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.